everybody! So we are here today to film a very exciting video. The biggest readathon of the year is upon us. The Reading Rush, formerly known as BookTubeathon, is happening at the end of July. We'll leave all of the details and dates down in the description below for you. And the even more exciting thing is, once again, OwlCrate is the official Instagram sponsor of the Reading Rush, and we also have some more exciting things planned with the ladies who put this together, so stay tuned for that. But today we are here to share with you our TBR for the readathon. I'm going to go through the challenges one by one, and we'll each share with you what we've picked. There are 7 different challenges, 8 if you count the bonus challenge. And so let's just see what we're going to read this month. Alright, so the first challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover. Which book did you pick?
I chose Arusha.
The End of Time.
The first book. Yes.
Yes.
I've been wanting to read this forever, so maybe this will kick me in the butt to go and start it.
It's such a fun series.
Yeah. It has a little bit of purple in it.
It definitely has purple on the cover.
Yes.
It for sure does.
Yeah.
Former OwlCrate Jr. book.
Yeah.
If you were to ask me what color was Arusha, I would be like, oh, it's purple, right?
It's purple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine has a very little amount of purple on the cover.
Yeah, it
but
does.
this is The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James by Ashley Herring Blake. And I don't know which girl this is, but she has a purple bathing suit. I don't know much about this story. This is a very short blurb on the back, so I'm going to read it. It says, 12-year-old Sunny St. James navigates heart surgery, reconnections with a lost mother, first kisses, and emergent feelings for another girl in the stunning and heartfelt novel. I've really been wanting to read some Ashley Herring Blake. I heard nothing but good things about her middle grade books, so I'm very excited to dive into this one. And this one just came out last March, so
Yeah.
good time to dive in.
Seeing this a lot too.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
And I love LGBT in middle grade, so excited to read this one.
Nice.
And you?
Me, I am going with Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow. I absolutely loved Nevermore,
So
and I've
good,
been meaning to get to this one. It's got some purple in there, a bit of purple there.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, right? I mean, I can't believe I
really
haven't
wanna
read this
read
yet.
book. Yeah.
And it's just been sitting, staring at me, and I'm like, and I just lent Nevermore to a friend, so I'm
Nice.
like, I need to tell her how great this one is, so
Yeah.
I better get to it.
I have read this one. It is fantastic.
Nice.
What if you are still sleeping on Nevermore?
Oh my god.
You do not need to be into middle grade to read Nevermore. It is
Yeah.
like, get on the bandwagon early, because when
Yeah.
people say it could be the next Harry Potter, they ain't kidding.
Totally.
So,
I just
yeah.
finished it recently, and I was like reading it with like a sweater over my head,
Yeah.
being like, this is too much right
it's
now.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It was
It consumed
fantastic.
my life for like 2 days. It was awesome.
I read it in between physical and audio, like I swapped
Nice.
back
Oh,
and
yeah,
forth because
That
I couldn't
was so
stop.
good.
And if I was like doing the dishes, I would like put the book down and
You
hit
turn-
play on
yeah,
the
yeah,
audiobook.
yeah.
I'm like, I can't stop. It's that good, guys.
And the audiobook is fantastic.
Mhm.
So good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The narrator does a great job.
Alright, so the second challenge is to read a book in the same spot the entire time. So you don't have to do it in one sitting, but you have to do it in the same spot for the entire duration of the book.
Oh, my turn. I chose The Descenders Volume 6. This is a graphic novel by Jeff Lemire.
Really wanting to read that one.
Yeah, it's like a space opera-esque sci-fi series. And yeah, I chose this because I can read it in one sitting, and
Yeah,
I
it's
probably
really
will
good.
read it in one sitting. And it's sitting on my shelf, and I'm really excited. It's the last volume of the series.
That's exciting.
So excited for that.
Where are you going to read it?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Probably on the grass outside of my house.
Nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Good
That's
choice.
good. I also went with a graphic novel, and I was so excited to just find this laying on our shelf in our YouTube room, and Karina's like, take it. Because we get sent, we're very lucky to be sent lots of things, and Image sent us a package that included Bingo Love by T. Franklin. This is a graphic novel I've been seeing around the interwebs for a while, and it's queer, and it's people of color, and apparently it's amazing. I believe it follows the romance of 2 young girls starting in the 60s and then kind of up until they're old.
This looks so great.
What?
And I've heard it's fantastic. The art style is so cute.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to read this.
Bingo
And I will
Love.
probably, because I will be vlogging for the entire week. Don't worry, it's been a while since we've done a vlog. But I'm probably gonna read this. I'm gonna read it somewhere exciting. Where am I gonna read this? Gonna read it in the park by my house. So exciting. Yeah. Not on my couch. We're gonna go outdoors to read, guys.
That looks so great.
I'm really excited.
I'm gonna
for
read
it.
this after you
Sounds
read
good.
it.
I'm not going anywhere exciting. I recently bought a reclining chair that I call my granny chair.
Perfect.
And I'm going to sit on that, listen to an audiobook, and knit like a granny. And I'm going to be listening to The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yay.
I started this like 20 years ago. And I think I
Dating
just
ourselves.
either got busy or I just wasn't into it at the time. But like, I feel I need to read this book, and it just seems like so much fun, and
Yeah.
like I love all of Middle Earth, and yeah.
You said it's your favorite book, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
high praise.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm gonna granny it up in my little chair and listen to The Hobbit.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna watch.
That's
It's later, but also I'll bring it up later. Actually, there's
There you go.
another adaptation I want you to watch. Okay, so the third challenge is read a book you meant to read last year.
Right. Okay, yeah, the book that I meant to read last year is by Vivek Shreya, She of the Mountains. It's a really small book, so I'm hoping I can finish it within the time span. And it's a coming of age story of a queer young boy. And it kind of mixes Hindu mythology into it.
Cool.
And I love like books with mythology and things like that, so I'm really excited. Yeah, and it's illustrated. So yeah.
Did that come out last year, or did you mean to read it last year?
I've been meaning to read it last year. I met her at a book signing for I'm Afraid of Men.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah. And she was also selling her other old books. So yeah, I got one and I have it signed and I'm excited to read
Need to
it.
dive in.
Yeah.
I'm going with Ice Wolves by Amy Kaufman. This is another Middle Grade story. We went and saw Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff earlier last year for the release of Obsidio down in Seattle, and Amy had also just come out with this, or was recent, or going to come out with this very soon.
I think it was quite new, and
Yeah.
they had some signed copies there.
And I still haven't gotten to it. This is just an arc, but I love Amy Kaufman's writing. I love Amy Kaufman as a person. She's wonderful, and I think this will be a nice fast read. And I hate things that are hot. I hate the heat. So maybe this will give me some nice cold feelings in July reading The Ice Wolves.
I read the first half, and then I just got busy. It's not that I didn't like it, and it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. So far as I got.
Yeah.
For me, I am setting some realistic goals. And the book I meant to read last year was Wondersmith.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I bought it the week it came out. I was super pumped, super excited. I had just finished Nevermore, and I'm like, I can't wait to read this book. And I didn't. Because I'm terrible.
This happens.
But yeah, it happens. And so now I'm kind of inspired by the like motivation to get this read during.
And the third book's
Reading
coming
Rush.
out soon.
Oh, see, another reason to get it read.
Isn't it coming out this year? Like in September?
I mean,
or November?
if
Another
I think
fall
so.
release, maybe?
Maybe.
Like the
Would-
other.
I
Maybe.
hope so.
I actually don't know. Ignore me.
Oh, I'm just so excited to get back into this world. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Alright, so the fourth challenge is to read an author's first book.
Mine is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. So I had to Wikipedia this because I actually didn't know what Neil Gaiman's first book is. And this is his first solo novel.
Okay.
Good Omens with Terry Pratchett was actually his first novel that was published like 6 years ago. Or 6 years prior to this.
You know he also wrote a nonfiction book about Duran Duran that you can't find?
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's Duran Duran that he's like very not proud of. But it's like it doesn't exist anymore, but that was first apparently.
Nice.
I'm just
Yeah.
like digging.
Yeah.
So I really want to read this. I've actually never read any Neil Gaiman. Like I've read Neil Gaiman comics, but never any books. And I just finished the Graveyard book, and I loved it. So I was like, I need to read more of his books. So Neverwhere.
I think Neverwhere is a really good one because A, it's not very long. This is the preferred text on the one you have in your hands, where it's a bit longer than the other one.
Authors prefer text.
Yeah, so it has like added bonus in there if you wanted that one. But it's a really quick read, and it's just like so much fun.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a portal fantasy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Totally been on my TBR for a while too.
Yeah.
It's really
Sounds
good.
awesome.
I'm picking a book that hasn't come out yet. It comes out just after the readathon finishes on July 30th, and that is The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. This, I believe, is her debut. I really don't know what this is about, except that it's a really cool fantasy world, and you know me and my fantasy. So I'm excited to check out this author's debut. And you'll be able to pick this up right after the readathon, so hopefully I like it.
Awesome. This may not be truthful, I may be completely wrong, but for my first book from an author, I am actually reading The Hobbit. Remember, realistic goals.
I like it.
I think he may have written like something previous, but in every book I picked up at the bookstore yesterday, The Hobbit was always listed first, so I'm going with it.
Did he write this before he wrote Lord of the Rings?
He did. This was
Did
like,
he?
I think, I did a lot of research because I was like, what was his first book? And I think this was published in 1937 and Lord of the Rings was in like 54.
Oh,
So there was quite a gap. At least that's what the internet told me. So yeah, I'm counting this, if not his first book, at least the first book I could get my hands on.
Nice.
Sounds good.
If
Yeah.
it's something random and obscure, I highly doubt it's just going to pop out of the bookshelf at me. So.
J.R.R. Tolkien and Picasso are my two people who I assume are a lot older than they actually were. Like, I always think, oh, The Hobbit was totally the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
That's
So
smart.
kicking it off.
Nice.
Number 5 is to read a book with a non-human main character.
Yes, I'm so excited for this. The Wild Robot Escapes. So this is a sequel to the great book, The Wild Robot. Yes, yes. I just finished it. I listened to it on audiobook. It's such a fun audiobook to listen to. So I'm gonna hopefully get this
I
done.
really want to read that series. It looks really cute.
It's so cute, and the pictures in it are so cute. It's great, and the main character is a robot, so non-human. Love it.
I'm taking an anthology, and this is kind of cheating because I don't know if the main characters of each story are actually not human, but that each story features unnatural creatures. So this is a short story collection curated by Neil Gaiman, and I believe there is a story in here by Neil Gaiman. But I like to read an anthology during a readathon because then you can kind of like read 1 or 2 stories a day.
Yeah.
But there's a stories in here by Diana Wynne Jones, by E. Nesbitt, by Nnedi Okorafor.
Peter S. Beagle.
Yeah, there's Maria Devana Headley. Yeah, there's some really good, interesting authors in here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But there's all sorts of mythical creatures and stuff in here, so I'm excited to read this. It's been sitting on my TBR shelf for a while. It's a bit of a chunky anthology. I think I need to read 2 stories a day to get it done.
I have faith in you.
I can
Like,
do it.
totally.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful book.
Anyone can do it, Courtney can do it.
I can do it. All right.
You guys ready? It's a Hobbit. I mean, like, I think in the past, for every kind of like readathon and spookathon and booktubeathon that we've done, I've always been like, I'm gonna read all the books, and then I'm just like an epic failure. So I was like, I think one of the like badges or goals or challenges for this should be, can you find one book that
in all
covers
the challenges.
Yeah.
So I was able to get it done with 2, and I was actually quite proud of myself.
There you go.
You know.
I respect that. Alright, so the 6th challenge is to pick a book that has 5 or more words in the title.
Okay, mine is long, so I need my notes. Okay, so the book I'm choosing is, and I have to read this out loud, I Think You're Wrong, and then brackets, but I'm listening, A Guide to Grace-Filled Political Conversations.
Oh.
Wow.
And I just saw this book on Instagram, and it looked really appealing. I like the title. I think the title says it all.
Yeah.
It's nonfiction. Yeah, and I think it'll be an interesting read to how to deal with kind of like tough conversations with people you disagree with. Probably good for like
really interesting.
the upcoming holiday
Topical,
season when you're with like family members that you don't really agree with.
Totally.
So, yeah.
That sounds like an interesting read. I went with another book that I've had on my TBR for a hot minute, and that is The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord. As far as I know, this is just kind of a fluffy summer contemporary, which are really quick to read. I've read 2 Emery Lord books so far, and I like them. She's not my favorite contemporary author, but I've heard that this one is really, really good. And yeah, just something quick to get through, and it has more than 5 words in the title.
Totally does. I lucked out huge. we have a tie, maybe. We have Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow.
Nailed it.
Or The Hobbit, or There and Back.
She did it. She did
You're
it.
welcome.
All right, and the last official challenge is to read a book and watch a movie to adaptation.
Mine is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I love the movie. I watched it quite a few years ago, and this is Karina's version, but I have this beautiful illustrated version at home, and I'm so excited to read it. Yeah.
It is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I
It's
love
just
the movie.
so much different from the book in some aspects,
Oh, that's
but they're
good.
both incredible on their own.
Ah.
Like, yeah, I have
Nice.
that copy actually.
Cool.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Stardust, apparently, I saw Stardust in theaters with Karina in Ireland.
Wow.
But I don't remember it at all. I do not even remember going to the theater, but she tells me it happened. So apparently I've seen that movie. But I have read the book, and I do like it.
It's funny, I saw it in another country as well. I was in England traveling by myself, and it was hammering it down with the rain one day in Brighton, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the cinema because what else am I gonna do? And I went to see Stardust by myself, and I was like, this is the best thing. This is the best day of my life.
Right, so for me, I've picked, this is gonna look weird on camera, probably.
Oh, Jesus.
How is this gonna look? Oh, kind of, not bad. So this is another short story anthology called Just After Sunset by Stephen King.
I don't think I can look at this book for too long.
I know, it's very, you can't really tell on camera, but it's very shiny. But there is one short story in here, and as you guys know, I hate watching movies. Last year I read Holes, and I couldn't, and I liked the movie, but I couldn't even get through the whole movie, and I tried. But in here, there's a story called Willa, and they made a horror short of Willa that is 12 minutes long. So I was like, I think I can, you can hold my attention for 12 minutes. I don't know if I'll get to all of the stories in here, but I might.
But at least you'll read Willa and watch the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, a 12-minute short, I'm in.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I am very slowly making my way through the works of Stephen King. He is super hit and miss for me. But when he's on, I really love it. And when he misses, it's a 1-star. So we'll see how it goes. He's definitely like, if I see a book of his at a thrift store, I will buy it.
Oh.
But I would never buy one new.
Every time I'm in a used bookstore, I try to find different seasons for you. Because it's my favorite of his books. It's got 4 incredible novellas in it.
Yeah, I do know
Being
that one.
popular, like The Shawshank Redemption, The Body, which is Stand By Me, and Apt People. And yeah, I find with him, I like his stories that aren't horror. But I don't really care for his horror stories.
Yeah, he's hit and miss, but and I hate scary things, so 12 minutes of scary should be, I'm okay with reading scary,
Yeah.
but I don't like watching scary. And you?
So for me,
okay, this is where we'll get.
I'm going on an adventure. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the movie again.
Ooh.
This was one of those. You know what? I kind of enjoyed it probably because I had never read the book. So this will be interesting.
I've never seen the movie.
I was at home one day and I was like, you know what? I don't think I ever did watch The Hobbit. So I put it on to watch and I was like, oh, I have seen this. This is fun. And then I immediately watched the second Hobbit movie, Desolation of Smaug, and then I watched Isabella of the Five Armies. Yeah. And then suddenly I was like, well, now that I'm here, maybe I should just watch Lord of the Rings. I spent 3 days in Middle Earth and did nothing that weekend. And I'm talking like the extended versions too, because those are the ones that we have.
Those are the old.
And I'm
those are
just
the ones,
like, man, now what am I gonna do? So I'm gonna rewatch The Hobbit.
So my introduction to The Hobbit, before I read The Hobbit, was the 80s cartoon TV movie.
What?
Which is amazing.
Maybe I'll watch that.
So I recommend finding it. I don't know where you can find it. I used to have it like recorded off the TV on a VHS. But like
The internet has everything.
I mean, hopefully, because it is, I don't know how it holds up, but I have memories of watching that 80s cartoon and it is so 80s.
Oh.
And it's
I haven't
Right.
watched
I
it. I
recommend
did
trying
not
it.
like the movie. It was one of the few movies that I fell asleep in, and every single movie in theaters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just couldn't get through it.
That's fair.
That's fair.
But I love.
But
the
maybe
book.
it's because you did love it so much
Yeah, I
that
guess
you were
so.
just kind of like,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But basically, I was sitting in a dark back room in a giant
Yeah.
television being like, wow, this looks great.
It looks really good, and I
yeah.
love the Lord of the Rings movies. I just could not get through the Hobbit
Yeah,
movies.
that's fair.
Just
They
don't
milked
know.
those. let's
But
be
I
honest.
really want to see the 80s
Yeah.
version.
Yeah,
now.
you
That
also have
sounds
to
great.
stay tuned. Maybe I don't know what I'm going to watch yet.
All right, so that was all of the official challenges, but the unofficial challenge, and they have this challenge every single readathon, is to read 7 books in a week.
Oh boy.
You do not have to, but on their website, you can make a profile on their website and like have friends, and there's message boards, and there's badges, and if you complete all the challenges, you get badges.
Oh,
And you don't get all the badges unless you read 7 books, and your girl wants your badges.
You can do it. I mean, like, it's going to happen for you.
This is my first readathon that I'm participating in, so maybe I'll sign up.
We'll see.
I don't know if I'm going to get this badge.
But it's a super fun week. It is
Yeah.
definitely like the biggest readathon in the community. I'm happy that they've expanded outside of BookTube more.
Yeah, their website looks really cool.
Their website, thereadingrush.com, looks amazing. So check it out. We'll link it down below.
I, as you know, will not be reading 7 books, but I did bring a just in case.
Okay.
And just in case I'm having a good week, I brought Teen Titans Raven by Cami Garcia, and it has purple on the cover. So if I get a chance to knock this off, this will
Sneak
be
it in.
my purple book.
Sounds
But
good.
I'm gonna be realistic.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna
That's
read
fair.
it anyway at some point, but if I happen to squeeze it in for the readathon, but
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome. Alright, so that is it for our Reading Rush TBRs. So excited. It's been a long time since I participated in a readathon, and this one is always just so much fun, and we cannot wait to interact with you guys throughout the week. We have some exciting things in store for you. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos every single week. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!
Bye.